All right, we've got Misfits, we've got Sentinels, and we've got what I would consider to be an absolute heater of a match loading up here. The Sentinels team is obviously extremely different than how it started this season. A lot of the big players on this team are busy with things like college, and you know what? That absolutely comes first. I don't think anybody would argue with the fact that comes first. But they might be back soon. They wanted to keep ownership of the team, but they gave it to Dry Noodles to handle for now. So Dry Noodles is going to be in charge of the Sentinels until they get back. And that's why we have a very different roster for the Sentinels than you saw last season. Definitely probably not as strong of a team as they used to be, but still plenty of great players on this team and can definitely compete. I'm doing great, Bands. I feel very good. I am feeling very good. It's been a great day. It's been a great weekend. I'm not usually a super festive person, but the holidays have really been hitting this year. Thanks for asking. All right, Sentinel's gonna waste no time blasting onto this point. Smelly Snail gonna get quite a few there. And before I can even lock into caster voice, the Sentinels have the first point. Wasting no time. All right. Battle Angel 2 has redeemed Read My Message Out Loud, so I have to read it out loud. It's the rules. Nico Nico Ni. There you go. Hope it was worth the 2,000 channel points. Okay. You can spend your own 2,000 channel points to make me say anything you'd like. If you really want to waste your 2,000 channel points on that, I will allow it. Next team fight already starting, and it looks like Sentinel's already going to have a 3-pick edge. Arcanian not going to be able to get out of here, and wow. Okay. I knew Sentinels were going to come out swinging, but they're playing perfectly right now. They are just getting plenty of picks to start both these team fights. They're just getting 2 team wipes to set the tone here. This payload is already past the choke. I want to join a team, but I'm too new, I think. What's your rank, Blossoms? I might be able to give you some advice. We have 24 teams, and they are spread all across the board. Rank-wise. Arcanian in trouble again. These antis are absolutely destroying Arcanian on the hog. I know Arcanian plays a lot of Reinhardt. I'm interested to see if they'll go to that, because the hog is just getting anti like no tomorrow. Metro gonna fall victim to it as well. Burnt Ocean really wasting no time dropping these anti-nades. And unfortunately, if this continues, this might not be the close matchup that I personally predicted. I did give the edge to Sentinels. Looks like you guys didn't believe me. I said to put some channel points on Sentinels. Only 23% of the channel points are on Sentinels. You guys gotta listen when I predict these matches, okay? I'm very rarely wrong. Canyon in trouble again as all their teammates gonna fall around them. Just trying to stay alive, but there is purple everywhere. And Dave picking off players as they're coming back from spawn. My goodness. Abstract, you know, a pickup from this team. Been on a lot of big teams lately. Was on Outliers, actually, before they got new ownership. Outliers, a pretty strong team that just couldn't really get all the wheels spinning this season. They're now going to be joining Sentinels. And man, they're about to put a little bow on it for Christmas season with about a 5-minute time bank. Goodness gracious. Metro gonna get a kill there. That might be the only kill Misfits gets on this stage. My goodness. I have not unlocked rank yet. Okay. Well, just a heads up. If you... So I don't know if you're completely familiar with Overwatch then, but just in case, the ranks range from what's called bronze to champ. And when you do get your ranks, what I would suggest is you be at least platinum. So that would be your goal. If you want to join a team in this league, I would aim to be at least platinum. It's the 4th highest. Technically, there are some players in gold, which is the 3rd highest. That's what I would suggest to you. Trying to get a year streak. Well, that's a good start with 5. Thank you so much, Vance. Appreciate that. Do any of these people use people to train against or subs for training matches? What a lot of them do is they do something called scrims, if you're familiar with that, which is not always within our league. But a scrim is basically when 2 teams play a practice match, and it's just so that both of them can get better. It's a mutual agreement that they just want to practice. Usually they try and find a team around their same skill level, and that is how they practice. I know teams that scrim other teams in our league, and I know teams that will actually go to different Discord servers. They have entire Discord servers for finding those scrims. It is going to be Misfits swapping to attack, and to be honest, I do not want to be them right now. I've watched my friend a lot before figuring out how to try. That's awesome, yeah. That's cool that people are still discovering Overwatch in 2024. This game's been out for what feels like half my lifetime. But it can be a hard game to learn, but it is very fun once you get the hang of it. Spicy when will Spicy Rivals League start? That is undetermined. I would not anticipate it will start until at least the regular season of the SOL is over. I'm going to be recruiting some people to kind of manage that so that I don't have to be as involved with it. But it is still probably at least a month away. But teams can start building their rosters now. Misfits are going to have 3 minutes remaining to try and break through this defense, but what I'm realizing is that a lot of players on the Sentinels team, like I know a lot about 3 of these players. I know a lot about Smelly Snail, Abstract, and Heathens, right? These guys might be better than I thought they were. Like, I'm not saying I thought they were bad at all, but they are playing like one of the top tier teams in the league right now. I thought they were more like middle tier. Arcanian will get a pick on Heathens Inc. the Lucio, but Lucio's going to be back in absolutely no time. Already back. Alright, Battle Angel has redeemed Say My Message Out Loud. This is a redemption, okay? This isn't my personal beliefs, but I have to say it. Damn, Misfits just ain't the same without the best brig in the SOL. There you go, Battle Angel. Arcanian gonna use the bomb and gonna get Burnt Ocean the Ana. Once again, Arcanian the only one able to get a pick on the side of Misfits. And I'm eating my words here. This might not be close at all. This might be not close at all. Arcanian gonna get another one though. Arcanian's gotten 3 picks on this attack phase. I believe the only Misfit player to get a pick. Metro though. Hold on. Metro gonna get in on the action. Double kill for Metro. Not over yet. Heathen Zinc still in the area and Smelly Snail still in the area. The 2 Sentinels guarding the point, and they are some quick characters. They can definitely re-engage here. The rest of their team is on the way. Dave gonna have these long sight lines. They're gonna hunt down this Widowmaker. Mr. Bustdown on the Tracer. Gonna come back to point now. They are close, but we're gonna get a nano coming out from Burn Ocean. Not sure who they nanoed. Might have been Smelly. It is, and Teton is gonna be right in their sights. Gonna be able to escape for now, but not for long enough. 3 quick kills coming out for the Misfits, but they are losing players quickly. Luckily for them, they do have spawn advantage, but lots of fast characters on the side of Sentinels. And Heathens Inc. still alive. They can't kill this Lucio. Smelly Snail and Heathens on the ball, and Lucio are just so quick, and the Misfits can't catch them, that they are buying teamfight after teamfight for their team right now. Arcanian going to throw up a bomb just to try and get something. Will get Smelly. So that's the ball down. Now they just got to get these squishies off their point, and they can get this payload moving. And after what feels like an eternity, Misfits are going to snag this point. Why'd we stop shooting the Widow? The Widow was one. And the rest of the Sentinels are going to get out of there. Usually lose every game I play. It's not very new player friendly, I feel. I totally know what you mean. Games that have been out a long time, it's just they're not new player friendly. I remember when I tried to pick up CSGO, every single game in that match. Even the absolute worst rank, like the bottom rank, which I believe was like silver 4 or whatever. Even those games were so competitive. The worst CSGO lobby is still extremely sweaty. And Overwatch, while I wouldn't say it gets that bad, it's definitely has that same vibe where everybody playing the game has probably played it for at least a few years. And so even like the worst players know what they're doing. So it is hard blocking on Overwatch as a new player. Arcadian gonna go ahead and use the bomb. Not gonna be able to get back into mech. Right. Misfits were able to get this point, but this just looks like an impossible task to do anything but try and get a tie at this point. And even that is looking like an impossible task. It will be a big hook. Finished off by Mr. Bustdown on the Ana. That is probably, if you're gonna get one of the squishies, that's the one you want to get. So many ults at the disposal of Sentinels right now. Mr. Bustdown going to win that Tracer duel. Can they get Dave as well? They will with some help from Metro. Now Misfits moving, but they've got 30 seconds on the clock. They get wiped off this payload once it's over. And they probably have 2 team fights they got to win in a row. Not happening. Regret betting against your friends? Sometimes it's worth it. Metro knows that this is the last team fight, tries to use their ult as they get stuck there, but unfortunately it doesn't look like Misfits are going to get out of here. Sentinels are going to dump what they have on this team. Pulse isn't going to do... It didn't even look like it made Smelly's health go down. That's crazy. Sentinels just going to ult dump when they know they have the advantage, and they are going to secure map number 1. Okay, guys, I think I lied. This one probably ain't gonna be close. All right, we are gonna be back with map 2 in just a moment. Making you want to play some Overwatch? So I am curious, like, because I don't meet a lot of new players in Overwatch in these days. Who do you like to play, Blossoms? Like, what characters have you found fun so far as a new player? I'm super curious. If you don't mind sharing. Battle, thank you so much for gifting 1 to 065655, and we are at 200. Well, actually, it says 201. It looked like we skipped over 200. So thank you so much, Battle. I appreciate you. They hate Kings Row? Are you sure? I feel like when I played on Misfits, we went to Kings Row like as our first or second map pick every single time. But I know you were on that team a lot too, Grim. I just found out the other day that Scuzzraz JD was Grim. I've been like seeing that name in the chat for so long, and I've been trying to figure out who that is. And then I saw it like on their like Discord profile, and I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. So. I'm like, who's this dude that always wins the raffles? I have no idea who this is. Alright. We're back on Ilios. Mr. Bustdown going to be on the Soldier instead of the Tracer and going to pick off Heathen's Inc. Heathen's Inc. has had quite the career in the SOL. They played on Phoenix starting in Season 2, all the way back in Season 2. Phoenix had a crazy run that season. That was such a cool season to see. Basically, they kind of built a team out of nothing. It became like a top team that season. Fortunately, they did get eliminated in the semifinals, but it was cool to see a bunch of players who had never played together all come together, make a team, and honestly be pretty darn successful. Smelly Snail was also on that team at the time. Don't think he was a starter though, but look at him now. Getting big minutes, big matches. Love snipers, so Widow and Ashe have been my go-to heroes, but I did not do very well. Gotcha, yeah. I used to be an Ashe main for a long time. She's a lot of fun. Never was great at Widow though. You know, it's weird. Ashe, I can do pretty well on. Widowmaker, I don't know. It just doesn't transfer for me. I'd also suggest playing some Ana if you like snipers, you know, maybe trying out different roles. You might realize that support is really your passion. Who knows? Ethan's Inc. waiting right outside the spawn door, trying to get a boot. Gonna get disposed of. But Sentinel's well in control of this one. Did you do anything to your scope's view speed? Yeah, I actually did. I looked up because I felt so Cardley, I know exactly what you're talking about. The scoping felt different on Ashe and Widow, so I looked it up online. I found a thing on Reddit where you can change your Widow's scoped accuracy to be the same as Ashe, right? And I'm like, oh wow, this will be perfect. It'll be like I'm playing Ashe on Widowmaker. But it still didn't help. I'm still just awful at Widow. I have no idea how. Couple kills coming out for the Misfits, and actually, if they can get Heathens here, they might be able to flip this. They got so close to flipping it. They're gonna need reinforcements here ASAP though, but all they've got is the supports. Josh might as well use this tree because this is final fight, and if they lose it, they are insanely close to capping it. Heathens is just absolutely trolling and gonna drop a beat. Josh almost gonna meet the well there. And they are gonna go for Boostio. Misfits just this close to getting some of that point, but gonna get absolutely none. Not messed with my settings at all. I'm really not sure what to go to. For sniping characters, I really like low sensitivity. In fact, I play on a low sensitivity, like an insanely low sensitivity now. I play on 2, sensitivity 2, and the default is 10. It's helped me a lot with aim, I feel like. You want to get away from wrist aim, which is like moving your wrist like this, and you want to get it into arm aim. I'm assuming, wait, you might not be PC, never mind. If you're on console, I don't have tips for you, I apologize. All right. The real question is if Misfits lose this point, are they going to play out map 3? Because so far it hasn't looked very convincingly like they can hang with this team right now. That's just telling it as I see it. And this is odd because this Sentinels team, they played Outliers recently, and that one wasn't very close. But it's weird. I wouldn't think the difference between Outlier, Sentinels, Misfits would be so deep, but it might be, honestly. Mr. Bustdown has been really silently heating up lately, getting quite a few picks. Seeing their name in the kill feed a lot. I don't know if it'll be enough to carry Misfits. Get back in this game. Console right now, but in the process of getting a PC built. It's cool. I've played probably 4 years of Overwatch on console and then 4 years on PC. I would definitely recommend the PC version. So that's awesome. Dave, former Outliers player, really showing up for the Sentinels. That is interesting also. A lot of Outliers players did move to the Sentinels shortly after that game. So it's kind of funny. It's like the 2 purple teams played each other and then Sentinels like absorbed Outliers. However, for those that don't know, Outliers did get new ownership and they honestly might be the best team in the league right now. I know Phantoms are insanely strong and undefeated, but for those that know like the Overwatch community really well, and if they see that roster that Outliers has right now, they could be championship contenders. Never mind, they are championship contenders. The real question is if they are going to win it. Phantoms are going to have some competition, which that's exciting because they did not currently. All right, that's enough about yapping about the league, though. People always get on me because I just yap about the league instead of focusing on the matches, but matching so close. Mr. Bustdown does have an ult here. Misfits did get some percentage this time, which is better than they did last round. The boop there going to make it a little harder for Mr. Bustdown to take out Burnt Ocean, and that's going to be the only pick the Misfits get. This match is looking like a Misfit, I'm not going to lie. And if Misfits lose this one, it makes you think who might be on their docket next. Saturn loses today, I think Misfits Saturn is probably in the works. That would be a good one, I think. I think that would be a pretty close one. Both those teams, you know, not having as successful seasons as they've had recently, but I think that'd be a good matchup. Arcanian gonna throw up a Diva Bomb, and it will get Burn Ocean. Who's confused he got hit by that. And we'll chase down Dave. Misfits currently in control of the area here, but they need to hold on to it if they want to get back into this game. They could force a third control point, and that might be able to take some momentum away. They're going to lose Mr. Buston, though. Metro does have a Death Blossom and is going to need to use it very soon here as Three's their teammates go down. We're going to need a massive Blossom, the only Misfit alive right now. And going to get hacked before they can use it. Brutal. Brutal. I don't think they get a touch here. Arcanian going to try. Going to bounce off, though, and not going to be able to get on the point. You like to hear about it? I should talk about it in, like, between maps, not during the map. All right. Sentinels going to be advancing to 2-0. Misfits have the option to forfeit, or they can send us to map 3. We will see what they decide. Bad spectate angle. What the hell? What in the world? It was pushed up against the wall and everything. What the hell? Is Mr. Bustdown doing that on purpose? What in the world? He was doing that on purpose. I know he was. That's crazy. All right. Abram is coming in for Smelly Snail. That is the only change. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I think that is gonna make this more of a blowout. So we'll see. Raffle, thank you so much for the reminder. We'll get that raffle started. Winner of the last raffle is gonna be... The last raffle is going to be Who's Lily. Next raffle is up right now. You can enter with exclamation mark raffle for a chance to win 5 tokens. For those that don't notice, for those that don't know yet, like I said at the break, I got sent a pretty interesting looking video from Ed Family, and we're going to take a look at it after this match ends, so... keep an eye out. I'm pretty excited. I don't know what it is. I'm not gaslighting you. I have absolutely no idea what it is. Hopefully it's okay if you play in stream. I'm sure it is. It also looks like Sentinels swapped their supports and tanks. So, I mean, they're support and DPS. So let me swap that on the board there. Sentinels are well on their way. They wanted attack here. They wanted to set the tone. We'll see if they can get this thing all the way to the end of the map. Couple swaps on Misfits as well, hero-wise. Looks like Josh is going to be on the Zen. I don't think we've seen that yet. Avernus is taken out. The Hazard for spin. Played a little bit of Hazard for Lotus, actually, before swapping back to Sentinels. Right now, they are well on their way. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't mean anything against Misfits. I really want this to be quick because I want to see what this video is. My mind's racing right now. I don't know what it is. Hold on, sorry. I had to. Avernus asked me a question, so I was just kindly responding. Don't read what I said. All right. Approaching the last point, Mr. Bustdown. Gonna have a pulse just missing there. Only ult left for the Misfits is gonna be Josh's Transcendence. Heathen's gonna go for the blade. Heathen's Genji is pretty cursed. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty cursed. Get this man back on Lucio right now. That's the crazy thing. They're playing this cursed comp, and they're not missing a beat. They are just pushing this payload. You'd think this payload was moving automatically because it is not stopped.
No one can hide from my sight.
Initiating match.
Healthy 4-minute and 30-second time bank. Spicy, how would you feel if Overwatch decided to add a tank that could snipe? I would absolutely hate that because that's not what a tank. That's not what a tank is supposed to do. That's not what a tank is supposed to do.
Ready for battle.
Support? I think it's pretty cool that they added sniper supports. But a tank is, by their very nature of being a tank is supposed to be in the enemy team. There's not a single tank on the roster that is not supposed to just be inside the enemy team, you know. The closest thing you could say is like Sigma, but even him, he's in there, you know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
What they really need to add is a support like Doomfist. Now that would be dope. Imagine a support that just gets in there. Crazy movement. I'm not talking Juno movement. I'm talking Doom movement. What's up, Whiskey? How you doing? Alright, guys. After this matchup, which I believe, personally, will end in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we're going to be peeping this YouTube video. I need to add a source on my screen to actually be able to do that, but I'll handle that later. I'll get to that when I get to it. You're gonna love it. I'm excited. I honestly want this match to end. I want to see it. But I do think it will shortly. 3 minutes. $10 minutes long though. I'm excited. So unfortunately, I did lie to you guys. I did think this was going to be a close one. I don't think I overestimated Misfits. I think I underestimated the Sentinels. I'm not going to make that mistake again. Sentinels, you know, technically, as crazy as it is, this team could make playoffs. They're going to need to go on a hell of a run. But it is possible. I think basically, if you get 4 wins, I think your chances of playoffs go... I mean, if you get 4 losses, I think your chances of playoffs go to essentially 0. And if you get 4 wins, your chances of playoffs are almost 100. I think it is very, 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 very difficult, just based on the style of playoffs we have this season, for any team that doesn't have 4 wins to make it to the playoffs, or any team that has 4 wins to not make playoffs. I am surprised Misfits did want a 3rd map. Especially Rialto. Like, guys. I love the passion. But I said this literally last stream. If the match isn't close, play a short one. You know, maybe lock in on Cervasa or something. Like, why do we gotta play payload maps? Payload maps are at least gonna be 15 minutes. Chances are near 0, but never 0. Well, if you lose 5 games, you're not making playoffs. I don't know if there are any teams that lost 5 games. I think Instigators have lost 5 games. Yeah, Instigators, you guys are officially eliminated from the playoffs. If you lose 5 games, you're not making it. If you lose 4, you're probably not making it. So it's kind of this entire season, I didn't even think about this until last stream. It's kind of a race to 4 wins. All your matches are sort of just a race to see if you can get 4 wins. Metro will get 2 there. And with spawn advantage, it's not impossible that the Misfits could get the payload moving. But first point, yeah, that is impossible. Dave on the Lucio seems to be just as good as they are on the Widow. Gonna just jump in there and get 2 and spoil the party. I guess you need to be more alpha. What do you mean? I can be an alpha when I want to be. I just don't want to be. Trust me, if teams make me mad, what comes out? You guys have seen it. That's what cyberbullying looks like. I know. That's why we allow teams to forfeit after 2 maps. But you know what? They wanted a 3rd map, so this is on them at this point. Maybe they're just masochists. I don't know. And once overtime ends here, this should be all. Just got to finish off the mini diva, and they will. Sentinels gonna win this one 3-0. Okay. I think you're right, Junior. I think it is possible if a team is 3 and 4, they might have a chance, depending on other things like map differential and emergency subs. All right. We are gonna be watching a video sent to me by Head Family.